from house property. This is lecture 14 of income from house property, AY 2022-23, CMA intermediate, June 2022 attempt. ठीक है, हमारा house property का lecture 14 है. So we had finished deemed to be let out property. We had finished, right? This was the last problem we did. Okay, that combination one. So let's start with now. If house property is partly self-occupied and partly let out, what is going to be the treatment? Okay. If house property, so whenever we are talking about house, we're also talking of a part of house, okay, which is being independently occupied. Okay. For example, one house can have 2-3 units, right? 2-3 brothers stay there, and it is taken as 2-3 units. Okay. So वो एक unit also is treated as an independent house. Okay. So that is why you either talk about a house property or a part of a house which is independent as such. वो मतलब है इसका. Okay, if self-occupied house is let out during any part of the previous year, such division can be made in the following ways. One is area-wise division. Okay, there are 2 units, floor space के ऊपर से होता है. This is as per your floor space. Okay, so 2 units of a house with consolidated figures of. So basically, from municipality point of view, you will get consolidated figures, right? Internally, you have divided it. Okay. So it is such that your unit 1 has 25% floor space, unit 2 has 75%. Okay, this is called area-wise division. How to deal with it? We'll see. This is very straightforward, area-wise. Okay. So these 2 houses are just take it as 2 independent houses, different houses. Consider, okay. So if this part is self-occupied, take it as self-occupied. This part is let out, take it as let out. Okay. As you do for 2 separate houses, H1 and H2, you will have to do like that only. What is difference here? Difference only is your municipal value, all that will be for 100%. Just multiply by this figure 25% and 75% to get values for these 2 units. That's all. Okay, even municipal tax you will have to multiply in this ratio. Okay. So technically you don't have to do anything, just go by this ratio and do it. Okay, area-wise division. Second is time-wise division. See, in this case, same here, I've got one house, but I have self-occupied for 8 months. Okay, but let it out for 4 months. So if you let it out even for 1 day, okay, then that property is computed as let out. Then it no more has any benefit of self-occupied. Why? क्योंकि ऐसा हो सकता है ना, नॉर्मली ये होगा कि लोग क्या नाम है लेट आउट में रखे हैं 11 महीने. ठीक है, चलिए बहुत वैकेंसी हो गया, ये हो गया, उनको कुछ फायदा नहीं मिल रहा है, फिर सोच चलो 1 मंथ के लिए इसको सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड बना देते हैं और वो सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड का 2 lakhs वाला वो ले लेंगे बेनिफिट. एनएवी अपना वैसे भी 0 रहेगा. ओके, पीपल कैन मैनिपुलेट लाइक दैट, राइट? इसलिए इफ यू हैव लेट इट आउट इवन फॉर 1 day, it will be treated as let out house. ठीक है, ये है डिफरेंट यूनिट्स, एरिया वाइज डिवीजन. ये है सेम यूनिट में आपको बस पीरियड जो है, और सम पीरियड इट इज सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड, सम पीरियड इट इज लेट आउट. ओके, थर्ड केस इज now both these things can happen, right? Here now, for example, this house, see the first house here, this is my self occupied and the green one I have let out. Okay, now in green one also for 8 months I have let it out, other 4 months now I am making it self-occupied. Getting the point? Now we are what is this case? It is a combination of area-wise division, which was the first case, and the second case is time division. So that's how you can get a combination of that. So nothing, even if it's a combination, there's no problem. Just do first area-wise division, then you will get unit 1 and unit 2. Then for unit 2, just do this. Consider it as fully let out. That's all. Okay, so unit 2 will be you will assess as fully let out, even if it is let out for 1 month. Take it fully let out. Okay, एक चीज बस याद रखना है. Just remember one thing here. Say take this example. Okay, tell me what is the vacancy here? And here in these 4 months, I've got all rent. Okay. I had tenants and I have got rent also. Now tell me what is the vacancy? I'm considering the whole thing as let out. What about this 8 months? What will I do? Will I consider it as vacancy or क्या होगा उसका?
Vacancy, I think so.
Vacancy.
सर सेल्फ ऑक्युपाइड ट्रीट करेंगे उस पार्ट को फॉर द टाइम।
I think no vacancy will be considered.
नहीं, सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड ट्रीट नहीं, दोनों को अपन लेट आउट ही ट्रीट करें, एक ही ट्रीटमेंट हो गया अब इसमें, ठीक है। होल थिंग इज लेट आउट ना, लेट आउट करके डील कर रहे हैं, तो बोल दिया हमने, ठीक है। नाउ मैं बोल रहा हूं आपको ये वैकेंसी के ट्रीटमेंट के लिए दिस 4 मंथ्स के, तो आपको है पूरा डेटा, ओके। होल रेंट हैज बीन रिसीव्ड एवरीथिंग। नाउ व्हाट अबाउट दिस सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड पार्ट, इसको हम वैकेंसी के ट्रीट करेंगे कि देन डिफरेंट हो जाता है ना, वैकेंसी करके ट्रीट करेंगे तो कंप्यूटेशन बिकम्स डिफरेंट, ठीक है। स्टेप 4 के लिए आपको ये 8 मंथ्स का रेंट लेना पड़ेगा, फिर अगर आप नहीं लेते हो तो नहीं लेना पड़ेगा। सो ट्रीटमेंट बिकम्स डिफरेंट इफ यू कंसिडर द येलो पार्ट एज वेकेंट और यू डू नॉट कंसिडर येलो पार्ट एज वेकेंट।
But sir, why we'll consider that vacant? Means the person was occupying by self.
Yes. So you say that we will not consider it as vacant. I'm just asking, ठीक है, इसमें कुछ ऐसा नहीं, just give your opinion, that's all, ऐसा कुछ ये नहीं है। Question is basically this yellow part 8 months, should I consider it as vacant or should I not consider it as vacant? Because the computation will change, right? That you all agree. If I treat it as vacant, then step 4 rent then will be 8 months into whatever rent is there, whatever rent we have taken, ठीक है। That's all, whole thing will change. So basically we these 8 months are not considered as vacant, ठीक है। आप उसको compute it as let out, whole house you will compute as let out, ठीक है। सारे फिगर्स आप लेंगे, म्युनिसिपल वैल्यू, ऑल दिस फॉर होल हाउस, होल ईयर यू विल टेक, ठीक है। बट रेंट रिसीव्ड एंड रिसीवेबल यू विल टेक ओनली फॉर दिस पीरियड, एंड दिस विल बी, देयर विल बी नो वैकेंसी। There will be vacancy only if in these 4 months there is a vacancy, then there will be a vacancy of that month.
Sir, in case this yellow 8 months were deemed to be self-occupied, then suppose I'm having two houses, one I'm using that and other one is vacant for first 8 months.
हाँ, तो here we are clearly saying ना कि that this is self-occupied. हाँ, this 8 months he self-occupied है, उसने खुद he has treated it as self-occupied.
सिंगल हाउस है तब भी मैं रह रहा हूँ 8 मंथ्स के लिए, बट अगर दो हाउस है,
डीएलओ है अगर आपका, ठीक है, फॉर ऑल प्रैक्टिकल पर्पस, जहां पे भी आपका डीम्ड टू बी लेट आउट हाउस है ना, डीम्ड टू बी लेट आउट इज लेट आउट लॉ के लिए। आपका अगर आप डीम्ड टू बी लेट आउट बोल रहे हैं, उसके लिए आपको सेम रूल्स लगेंगे जो आपको लेट आउट को लगेंगे।
नहीं, बस सर डीम्ड सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड की बात कर रहा हूँ। सपोज दो हाउसेज हैं, उसमें से एक में मैं रह रहा हूँ, सेकंड मेरा खाली पड़ा है फर्स्ट 8 मंथ्स के लिए,
हाँ,
तो वो तो डीम टू बी सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड ही होगा ना।
डीम टू बी सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड करके तो ऐसा देखिए, लीगली हमारे पास टर्म्स है डीम टू बी लेट आउट, ठीक है। सो आपके पास अगर दो हाउस है, वन सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड और दूसरा सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड, ठीक है, सो यू शुड नॉट यूज द टर्म डीम टू बी सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड, इट इज लीगली इनकरेक्ट, ठीक है।
ओके, मतलब फिजिकली आप रह रहे हैं नहीं रह रहे, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता,
उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप रह रहे हो नहीं रह रहे हो, दोनों को सेम ट्रीटमेंट रहेगा। इसको आप आखिरी 4 महीने में अगर किराए में दे देते हो तो ये कंडीशन आ जाएगा उसमें।
ओके
ओके, सो राइट, तो ये है अकाउंट। तो अब चलो हम देखते हैं आगे थोड़ा, लेट्स फर्दर दिस डिस्कशन, ठीक है, कैसे होगा करके, हाउ दिस विल हैपन। नाउ एरिया वाइज डिवीजन, ट्रीटेड सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड एंड लेट आउट एज डिफरेंट यूनिट्स, ठीक है। जैसे हमने बोले फॉर एरिया वाइज डिवीजन जस्ट डोंट वरी, व्हाटएवर इज सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड टेक इट एज सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड, लेट आउट टेक इट एज लेट आउट, ठीक है, सिंपल थिंग, नो प्रॉब्लम। Common values like municipal value, all these things you will have common values, because from an external point of view it's one house, internally you have divided it, okay. So all these things will be proportionally divided. Use the floor space, most common thing is floor space ratio will be there, like 25%, 75%, use it and divide it. Jaise again I'll show you this, जो हमने भी had seen here, correct? This one. In this one, what we will do? Okay. Now these two are unit 1 and unit 2. So I'm just cutting it off here. Okay. So if I cut it, right, just treat this as self-occupied. This side is self-occupied, and your this side is let out. Okay, we're letting this out. And then what will happen is, the only problem is all figures will be 1. We'll get figures for one house because externally it is one house only. What you have to do, whatever municipal value you have for self-occupied, take 25%, fair rent 25%, okay, standard rent into 25%. Interest on loan for the whole house you have got again 25%. Municipal tax for the whole house you have got again 25%. Okay, just do everything by 25%. Same for this, into 75%, into 75%. Okay, that's all you have to do. Okay, yeah. So other than that, it's no separate case. It becomes all our previous case only. Only thing is just apportion it on the floor space ratio. So chalo, let's see one problem. Miss Paro has a house property, 2 separate residential units. Okay, unit A covering 40%, unit B covering 36%. Whenever these percentages are given, you will immediately understand that it is this space division. Okay, unit A and B. Unit A is self-occupied and B is let out to whoever for a monthly rent of 3,000. Calculate taxable income. Okay. So now here you have been given monthly rent of 3,000. Okay, and municipal value. One moment, I think. Oh, sorry. That's what I got confused. This is not solution. Okay, this is continuation of the problem. Okay, fine. So take it. So this is your problem. This is our whole problem. We have given the whole data like this. Okay, unit A is 40% of total area. Unit B is 60%. Monthly rent is 3,000. Okay. Now, on other things they have given is this is the problem only. 40 and 60%. Municipal value is 1 lakh. Okay. So this part now I have calculated for you. Okay. This part is not given. Okay. This is not given. So this we have to add this part. So what I'll do is, okay, ऐसा करते हैं इसको. I'll just cut this off. Okay. इसको यहाँ कर देते. Okay. So this is the problem. This part is हमको इसको divide करना. We have to divide it. Okay. What they have given us is municipal value is 1 lakh. Okay. In 40 and 60%, just divide it. Municipal tax is 10%. Okay. Okay. They have given this much. Now fair rent is 1,20,000 divided. Okay. 40 is to 60. Interest on loan divide. Standard rent divide. Okay. So this part we are doing. Got it, right? This part we are doing. And now annual charge, whatever is given, you have taken, but we know that annual charge has nothing. We do not use it at all, annual charge or anything like that. Specifically, if it's municipal tax, we'll use it. Okay? Any other term, don't use it. Land revenue, annual charge, okay? Ground rent, anything like that, don't include. So chalo, this much we have done, or chalo, we'll move ahead now with the solution. Okay? Up now, this is the computation of income. Now, unit A is self-occupied, correct? So how we will do for self-occupied? Here, Okay, till here it is 0, till NAV it is 0, correct? Right? And for unit B, your GAV is 72,000. Just calculate whether you're getting the same. Gross annual value or fair rent higher up to a maximum of standard rent. Okay, standard rent is this. Higher of 1 lakh and 1,20,000 is 1,20,000. Lower of these two is 1,20,000 again. ठीक है, 1,20,000 का division क्या है? 48,000 and 72,000. So in the for this house we'll take 72,000. And even municipal tax, if you see, 10% is 10,000. ठीक है. This also, if I write, it will be 4,000 and 6,000. Agree? 10% of this will be your municipal tax. Correct? 10,000. So I'm just apportioning this also. ठीक है. So this 72,000 is my fair rent. So now municipal value is 60,000 fair rent. Okay, and standard rent. So let's see how much you get. 72,000. Okay. Okay. Then less municipal taxes. You take the 6,000 value here. Okay, this 4,000 you will not get. This 6,000 you will get. Okay, understood? So that this gives you your NAV. Now standard deduction is 30% of this straight away. Okay. आपका standard deduction is 30% of NAV. Okay, and interest on loan, how much is given? 20,000. 30,000. Okay,
30,000.
30,000. So it is again apportioned as 12 and 18. Okay, you will get for both houses, self-occupied also and this also. And below NAV you get everything for self-occupied. So this is 12,000. This is 18,000. Okay. So from 66,000 deduct these two, you will get this total income from house property. This will be 0 minus 12,000 will be, which will be minus 12,000. Show minus in brackets always. Okay. And now to get the total income of house property, just add these two. If you add minus 12,000 and 28,200, you will get 16,200. Okay, understood? Problem was very simple. Only thing is like the apportionment part for that. Okay, now we'll see time-wise division. Self-occupied for part of the year and let out remaining. So what we said, we will. So these are the 4 rules you have to follow for that. Okay. You have 4 rules for that. These are the 4 rules. Okay. So no deduction for the self-occupied period. Okay. Second is income will be computed as the property is let out throughout the year. Right? And RER shall be taken for the full year. Okay. So basically just compute as if it is let out for the whole year. Okay. And as it is, see for the self-occupied period, you will not get any other deduction. Okay. In this case. So chalo, we'll see the problem. Chalo, aapko samjhega. The ARR shall be taken only for the let out period. So these are the points which I have already told you, correct? ठीक है, तो आप deemed to be let out करेंगे तो all expenses definitely will take for the let out period. Okay, when it is deemed to be let out, you will be able to take the municipal taxes and all that. Okay, because it will be treated as let out. Again, not deemed to be let out. Okay, let out. ठीक है, जब तो let out का आप कैसे computation करते हो, बस वैसे ही आपको करना है. Just consider it as let out and do it. बस वही है. ये सब कुछ भी नहीं है. Let out throughout the year मानेंगे. ये इस sentence का relevance ये है कि that the self-occupied part will not be taken as vacancy. Okay, take RER for the full year. So RER you don't have to apportion now. Municipal value fair rent का apportionment नहीं होगा. Whole thing will be considered. ठीक है? ARR only for the let out period. चलो एक problem will see, then it will be clear. ठीक है? Time wise division. He used this property for self occupation till 1/8/2020 So just make it say 2021. ठीक है. So self occupation 18 18 मतलब till July you can say, correct? April, May, June, July, 4 months, right? 4 months self occupation, then he let it out at a rent of 6,000. Okay, so for 8 months 8 6 are 48,000 rent he would have got. Compute income. Details are municipal value, fair rent, standard rent, whole thing you will take. Higher of these two 80,000, so up to a maximum of this, so 80,000 will be your RER. Okay, right? And municipal tax is 16%. How much is 16% on this thing? It will be 16,000. Okay, 16% on this will be 16,000. Okay, and interest on loan is 10,000. Okay, chalo, let's do the problem now. Okay, just see the figures once, so we will not come back to figures. 4 months self-occupied, 8 months let out. Okay, rent received is 8 6 are 48,000, right? And this was how much? 80,000, right? RER we can computed as 80,000. ठीक है, and municipal tax was 16,000, interest on loan 10,000. ठीक है, चलो. So GAV is 96,000. Okay, the GAV figure itself they have taken. Okay, it's 80,000.
Sir, no comparison with rent that is received.
No,
ARR.
so this is GAV. This is GAV. So this we have received. This is like all those 4 steps together. So it is your step 1, step 2, step 3. There's no step 4, right? No vacancy. So what is your step 1 RER? Higher of these two is 1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Lower of these two is 96,000. Okay, then your ARR,
$48,000.
ARR is 48,000. Okay, so what is higher of the two? 96,000, correct? So that 96,000 has been written here, GAV. Okay, so step 3 is GAV is 96,000. ठीक है, ठीक है. This GAV we have put here. Now GAV less municipal taxes. So here, no, just the thing is, municipal tax also now you will not be able to apportion anything. So any of the expense, so any deduction you will not get for the let out period. Like that point is mainly for your municipal tax. So this 16% is 16,000, correct? Okay. So whole municipal tax we have to consider.
सर ये जो 96,000 RER निकाला है उसके
हाँ.
लिए हमने म्युनिसिपल फेयर और स्टैंडर्ड रेंट को अपोर्शन नहीं किया 4 मंथ्स और 8 मंथ्स के रेशियो
नहीं, अपोर्शन नहीं करेंगे. वही मैं बोला ना कि इसमें जो है, देखिए टाइम वाइज डिवीजन है. जब टाइम वाइज डिवीजन होता है, आपका पूरा घर को हम लेट आउट मानते हैं. होल इनकम विल बी कंप्यूटेड एज अ प्रॉपर्टी इज लेट आउट थ्रू आउट द प्रीवियस ईयर. तो हम कुछ भी अपोर्शन नहीं करेंगे. ओके, सो इफ यू सी दिस टाइम वाइज डिवीजन में आपको ऊपर भी बता देता हूँ. यानी ठीक है, ओके। तो आप कुछ भी अपोर्शन नहीं करोगे इसमें, ठीक है। इन फॉर टाइम वाइज अपोर्शन विल बी ओनली फॉर एरिया वाइज डिवीजन, ठीक है। टाइम वाइज डिवीजन में हम एक ही घर मान रहे हैं उसको, और उसको पूरा लेट आउट मान रहे हैं। तो जब घर एक ही मान रहे हैं और पूरा लेट आउट मान रहे हैं तो अपोर्शन नहीं करेंगे हम, ठीक है। ओके, तो ये 96,000 लेस 16,000, ये 80,000 हो गया, ठीक है। बाद में स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन यू विल टेक 30%, और इंटरेस्ट ऑन लोन जो दिया है वैसे का वैसे आप डाल दो। इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी विल बी 46,000, ठीक है। बस इसमें यही चीज आपको देखना है। टेक इट, जैसे इसमें जो है जस्ट टेक इट एज वन हाउस, ठीक है। इसमें मेन चीज आपको देखना है, वन इज टेक इट एज वन हाउस। टाइम वाइज डिवीजन में टेक इट एज वन हाउस ही है एक्चुअली, ओके। एंड टेक इट एज फुल्ली लेट आउट। तीसरा चीज, सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड पार्ट नॉट वैकेंसी, ठीक है। ऑल एक्सपेंसेस, ठीक है, टेक एज पेड फॉर होल हाउस। जैसे म्युनिसिपल टैक्स वगैरह है, जस्ट कंसिडर एवरीथिंग इज बीइंग पेड फॉर होल हाउस, ठीक है। जस्ट कंसिडर इट एज वन, एक ही घर है वो और पूरा किराए पे दिया है उसने, तो आप क्या करेंगे, तब तो हम डिवाइड नहीं करेंगे कुछ, राइट। दिस इज व्हाट विल बी दिस सॉल्यूशन, ठीक है। अब 19 एंड 20 हम करेंगे फ्रॉम स्टडी मटेरियल, हम करेंगे, विल डू इट एट द एंड टाइम परमिटिंग। नहीं तो ये दोनों का आप होमवर्क समझ लेना, ओके। दिस टू विल बी योर होमवर्क। इफ टाइम परमिटिंग आई जस्ट क्विकली विजिट इट, 5 मिनट में आपको मैं एक बार पढ़ा दूंगा क्या है। इफ नॉट, आप करना, करके मुझसे आप पूछ लेना, ठीक है। यू कैन जस्ट पोस्ट इट इन द ग्रुप आल्सो, ठीक है। ये सिमिलर प्रॉब्लम्स, ये जो हमने जो किए हैं, it is just they are those type of problems, ठीक है। those two cases only. Now we are going for area as well as time wise division, ठीक है। so in this what we'll do, ठीक है, ये प्रॉब्लम will do after coming back। यहाँ पे मैं एक और चीज मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, ठीक है। that problem will do once we come back, so because we will need continuous time. Recovery of unrealized rent or arrears of rent. Unrealized rent is rent which is not realized in the previous year. Okay? If there is any years which is not realized before that, that becomes arrears of rent. ठीक है, पिछले साल में जो रियलाइज नहीं हो गया वो आपका अनरियलाइज्ड बोलते हैं। उसके पहले के जो आपके अनरियलाइज्ड रेंट हुए होंगे वो आपके अरियर्स ऑफ रेंट बन जाते हैं। So if you get unrealized or arrears of rent, that is arrears of earlier years, now just do one thing, okay. You only get standard deduction of 30%, nothing else. You don't get anything. Remember, आपको बस taxable amount बस 70% of the recovery, that will be your taxable amount. 30% will be your deduction. That's all. No other deduction is allowed. बस इतना ही point है, ठीक है। So remember again, if there is recovery of unrealized rent of any earlier year, of course, or arrears of rent, that is arrears of rent is unrealized before the previous year, ठीक है। If you are getting in this previous year some money, you are getting, sometimes it happens that you get arrears, right, payment milta hai. What will be the taxable amount? Just 70% of the recovery. And how it is computed? Take the amount recovered, deduct the standard deduction of 30%, so final value will get this 70%, ठीक है। And no other, whatever they say, court charges, this, anything they'll give, don't take anything. In this problem, only thing is you have to know that you don't have to take anything, that you should know. So they will give you other things so that you get confused, okay. So don't take anything in this section, this particular section. Got it? Okay, so I think so we will I'll give you a break till 9:20 now, okay. It's 9:08, 9:20 you can come back. I think by next session we should be able to wrap up. If not, we'll continue into the third session, but hardly we'll go into 15-20 minutes of third session in case we do. Okay, so almost hoping that next by next class it will get completed, your chapter. Okay, fine then. Okay, we'll get back at 9:20. Okay, please join back at 9:20.